guys? My name is That Guy's Weird, but you probably already know that, and welcome back to G.L.L, also known as the Season 2 premiere of G.L.L. Now, I know there weren't a lot of episodes in the first season, but I sort of want to, change that. I'm planning to do, one a week for real this time until the end, to the end of the school year. If there's a school year, once that school year ends, that's when G.L.L Season 2 ends. That's my plan, at least. And I made some slight changes to the show, not a lot. I added a sorta intro, I guess. Yeah, there's nothing really, it's the core fundamentals are still there, but everything, I changed a lot too, so, yeah. And, for the Season 2 premiere, I decided to do Outlast, and for multiple reasons. First things first, it was one of the first games I completed, and dear God, I hate it completing it. What's the word I'm looking for? If I had the choice to go back and not do it, I wouldn't take it. But, dear God, I wish I never planted the idea in my head. It was so hard. It was just, I don't know. But, the only reason because of it was insane mode, but I'll get a little bit of that into the video. So, without further ado, guys, Season 2 premiere, Outlast. Let's do this. Warning, this video contains violence, nudity, gore, language, jump scares, and basically anything you can think of. So, yeah. Turn away now if you're acceptable to that. Well, here it is, Outlast. The first game actually scary on the channel. This game is pure potential. I don't know why I just said that. It's actually scary, and not just the first time. It's scary all the time. Mostly because of the stress and tension, but, come on. I was still scared when I played this game for G.L.L. But enough of that. Let's move on to the story. You are Miles Upshur, a reporter crazy enough to go into that asylum. Yep. This game takes place in an asylum. Well, apparently crazy experiments are going on in this place, and the only reason we know this is because we got a message from someone on the inside. Also, we play as the guy. Also, we get to play as the guy from the email in the DLC, which I will not be doing in the interest of my time. So, pretty straightforward, but surprise, this place has gone to hell. With our trusty video camera, we will go through that hell. Now, pretty simple story, but yet it gets complicated. If you were to actually pick up the documents in the game and read them, you learn that, yes, they were doing experiments, yes, everyone went insane, and yes, a dead doctor is performing these experiments. So, story that seems simple but really isn't. Kind of a cliche, but I can get behind it. On to presentation. Outlast was made by an indie company that is comprised of developers from other companies named Red Barrels, and this was their first game, and I gotta say, I think we're all impressed with the creepiness, the sound design, the music, the night vision, and actually the graphics. For an indie game made back in 2013, this is really good. It's no Fallout 4, but it's really good. Let's look at this guy for a second. You can clearly see the detail put into his, blood. His face, and chains. And, we'll see that stuff a lot throughout the game. There's only a few times where I wasn't impressed, like this vomit. OMG, it looks so realistic. Oh my god. You see what I mean? But for the most part, you can see the realism in this game, and when I say realism, I mean huge experiments that end up making some super strong ghost that drives the whole asylum insane with its powers. I'll get onto that, what that is later. But for now, let's move on to gameplay. This game's main focus is to freak you the hell out, and it does a great job. of that. With its night vision, multiple times throughout the game. Sorry, scratch that. A lot of times throughout the game. Sorry, scratch that. Almost the whole game, the game is dark. And instead of having a light switch, it has a night vision. But it requires batteries, so if you run out of night vision, you can reload them. We're all excited for that, right? Right? Of course not. But you think it's just darkness, don't you? Of course not. Because you want to know what's in that darkness. Well, people, it's really angry, insane inmates. And actually, a few different people try to kill you. Little Pig, the twins, Wall Rider, Traeger, and random variants. Now, Little Pig can kill you in 2 hits. Also, Little Pig isn't his real name. Saying you are normal difficulty. The twins 1 hit, the Wall Rider 2 hit, Traeger 2 hits, and random variants 3 hits. So, how do we fight back? We don't. We hide and run, which makes this game 10 times more stressful, because you can be hiding in a locker and he will come up real close and sometimes even open your locker. So it's not just a jump scare fest. Speaking of jump scares.
Get them out, please! The guys are in there! Listen, please!
Ha, got you. I got you. But really though, there is a lot in this game, so don't play this game if you have a faint heart. Now on to difficulty. This game isn't that hard at first, but as you get more stressed, the more you notice it gets harder, and for a completionist, this game was terrible because of Insane Mode, which is one of the 4 difficulties. Insane Mode is basically Nightmare difficulty with a permadeath. In Nightmare difficulty, most enemies can one hit kill you. You can only carry 2 batteries, and you are more noticeable. Now, hard is basically the same, but you can carry 5 batteries, and normal as well, I already explained it, and you can After exploring through more of the asylum, killing Traeger, cracking your camera, and recording Father Martin Byrne. Oh crap, I forgot to mention him, didn't I? Oh well, we head down to the place where people were being experimented on, and this is where the Wall Rider shows up, and our first encounter with him ends pretty well. But it turns out that the doctor who was performing these experiments isn't actually dead. It just seems that he faked his death. Now, he asked you to kill Billy, who is the host of the Wall Rider, and after fiddling around a bit, we kill Billy. Not before the Wall Rider takes over our body, though, and also breaks our legs. So this, I survive. Barely harmed. But this, I break my leg. Yep, that makes sense. But after trying to leave the military storms in and, well, shoots us to pieces because we are the host, which ends up killing us. Now, all in all, this was a great game. The final chapter seemed a bit dragged out, just like this final paragraph in the script, but I gotta say, it's great. Well, that was Outlast, guys, so, I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, yeah, it was fun, not gonna lie, the first, maybe 3 times. Now, I just kind of do it just to see how fast I can beat it now. I more or less speedrun the game now. But I actually kind of recommend completing it. Not for the reason that it's fun in any way. It's not fun whatsoever. But I just sort of recommend you complete it. It gets fun. Like, I completed it in Insane Mode. I just wish I didn't. But I do say, after it was all over, I sort of respected myself for completing it. I mean, there aren't a lot of people who have that achievement, and for completionist, I will say probably complete the game. But since this isn't the completionist and this is G.L.L, that I would say that maybe I'll give this a rating of Last Congratulation, which is in between Last Life and Congratulation, which is probably on a scale of 1 star to 5 stars would be a 4.5. So yeah, in other words, Last Congratulation.